Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Songs of Syx. In the last episode, we continued growing the foundations of our colony. We added a new farm or two to our repertoire, or whatever you want to call it. We built a furniture manufacturer, which I thought was a great idea. We need that to build ourselves some dormitories so our little peons have somewhere to sleep. And we also got our first trades done. We traded some woods for currency, or wood rather, for currency, and we will hopefully be buying some ore in the near future. This will enable us to build up our military. We also learned the value of the in-game help section in the last episode. We should have learned that a lot sooner, but what are you going to do? So everyone, welcome back to our colony here. I did have a chance to look at some of the recordings. Things looked good. I have since then scaled up the UI slightly. It should be a little bit more visible. It says it's 25 to 30% bigger. I don't believe that for a second. It seems like 10 or 15% bigger, but that should make things a little bit easier for those of you on mobile to see things. And in this episode, I want us to get this dormitory built, is the main thing I want to focus on. And then we're going to look at importing some metal, although I still obviously don't know how that works. So let's enable our time passing here. I did look at the recording some. I noticed that the pixels still cause the bitrate of the video to drop. There's really not much I can do about that, unfortunately, so things will get blurry whenever there's that weather overlay. Sorry about that. And, also my sound. I have changed the music and sound volume slightly so that things should be a little bit more even. I noticed that when thunder came in the game, it was quite loud, much louder than everything else in the game. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that sounds a little bit better. But that is the drawbacks of starting a new series, is figuring all that stuff out. So yeah, everything else looked good. I did notice sometimes when I pan, it gets a little bit jittery. It does the same thing in Rimworld. I'm not sure what causes that. So I'm going to try to pan slowly when we pan. And way back in the day when I did a Rimworld series, people yelled at me because I was constantly zooming in and out. I don't know if I've been doing that in this series. Anyway, you probably don't care. Alright, so we're going to get this dormitory built. Hopefully that will provide housing for about half of our colony. We did accept some immigrants in the last episode. We're up to 16 people. We started with 10. And it's still unclear to me if our people will reproduce naturally. I don't know if our immigrants will make babies. I don't know if there are children in this game. I don't know how that works. So we may only be able to, gain population by importing people as immigrants. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Oh, it's been a long day. My niece is here. We talk about that sometimes. My niece is over. They're about to leave for the carnival, so I thought I would sit down and get an episode recorded, and then go get my shower and do my normal routine type stuff. Taking a long time to build this. Oh, it's because we don't have furniture, of course. Insufficient workers allocated. 3 of 4. Yeah, but you're still producing, right? You're producing at a rate of about 1 per day. Actually, let's look at the wiki and make sure that we understand this. Can we do that from the building itself? No, not the worker. From the building? Yes. Click the... Oh, there is no wiki help for the carpenter. That is not good. I would have liked to have known, maybe under workshops. Refiners, they work... No. Okay, so there's no help for this, so I'm just going to assume that this is a rate of 1 per day. Every industry has a base rate expressed per worker. They produce depends on proximity, layout, work skills, and tools. Per worker per day. So I'm assuming they produce on a daily basis about 1 furniture, so it's going to take us several days to populate this. We have 0 of 16 furniture. There should be some in our warehouse. We have 17, so I'm confused by why they're not constructing this faster when we have the materials. Oh, it's possible we have too much population working. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. I bet we have so many people that have jobs. Is there a quick way to view jobs? Working? Workforce and rooms. We have 16 of 17 are employed. Okay, so I can toggle. No, I can't. I thought I could toggle who's working where. It looks like I may be able to do that. Let's just, for an example, let's have a look at what has a lot of workers. What is this? Extraction, woodcutters. So let's say I reduce that. Okay, so we can reduce and fill from this menu. Okay, so that's handy. Although, again, we can't specifically send a worker to a specific place. Target number of items. No, that's not. Okay. So I think we need to expand our population. Give me a human. And what's your deal? Dundorian's sturdy and stubborn, doesn't care for farming. Well, we're a very farm-heavy colony. We could, of course, put you elsewhere. I wonder if it prioritizes species based on their good work and bad. I'm assuming, let's say we have this carpentry here. I don't know what skill is required, but you remember all of our guys have... Oh my god, he's hideous. Look at this man's face. They do have skills attached to them that shows kind of their aptitude for whatever work that they're doing. So I don't know what work is required for the carpenter, but I'm going to assume that if we have free workforce, it will allocate the people that are best suited for that kind of work, and it may even shuffle jobs among people who are already working if they are better suited elsewhere. I don't love this because I desire that control. I would like to be able to control that directly, but that's not apparently an option for us. So let's just pull in a giant. Why not? They excel at most things but are difficult to obtain and please. Well, I really don't want you to bum out our colony, but we'll accept another person. That should fully populate our carpentry shop. 4 of 4. I thought it just was 2 of 3, but okay. So we should hopefully now have more people that can do these odd jobs. The main reason I think it's not being constructed is because those people were working other jobs during the day. And so they only do construction when they kind of have nothing else to do. Like once the farmers... Remember, we saw that there's daily progress. So once they hit 100%, then they go off to work other odd jobs at the time. So that may be why that was slow. Okay, so fully constructed. Currently available services 8 of 8, load 87%. Highest load of this service during a day. Once full, it means there aren't enough services to meet your subject's demands. If it's low, it's an indication that you can cut down on this service. Okay. I still don't know what isolation means. Prevents room degrade and sound pollution achieved by surrounding rooms and walls and a few doorways. So that just means we put walls around the building. Why wouldn't you put walls around a building? I mean, if it's like a log cutter, I understand you wouldn't do that. But, and in fact, why don't we expand this further? Since we expand, yes, that's fine. We're going to expand this so that it encompasses more trees. No, don't shrink, expand. That way we're, one, we have room for more workers when we want them. And 2, we kind of are preserving this these trees about our area, because I still don't know if this like beautifies the world around us or not. I don't know if it makes the area more livable because we have trees in the area. I'm still uncertain of a lot of the mechanics of this game. However, we've built a dorm. Oh my god, we had someone die? Wrongful death. We had a murderer. Who? Where? Zoom in, take me to the murder. Oh my god, there's a corpse. Why? What happened? Was this our murder guy? They love death and destruction. How do I... What do you do about that? Okay. And yeah, we constructed rooms. I don't care about that. We're way too zoomed in. That's very off-putting to jump around like that. And yeah, we have 2 immigrants. Everyone else has been assimilated into the colony. Do I need, like... Is there, like, police law? Guard post, unavailable, must be unlocked by major. So once we get enough score, we'll unlock this. Major, chieftain. Okay, how do I see that again? I saw the score previously. Was it clicking the throne, I think? Okay, we're a squire. Who now? Is the response when asked about you in the surrounding villages and towns. Even the farmers just a few miles away don't know me. Yeah, well, you know. Okay. I don't know. Okay, to get leader, we need 50. So in order to get law, we need like 200 population. That's crazy. We barely have a handle on a small colony. Which, on that note, I would like to expand our farming efforts again. Now that we have some more people bringing in. In fact, bring in all the new people. We have plenty of food. We have plenty of food. With the harvesting of wild vegetables in the proper time of year, we're bringing in way more food than we actually need. Do we have more crates? I think we need to build a new warehouse at some point. We did expand our crates previously, so let's expand fruits, vegetables, and meat. Although we only have a few colonists that eat meat. We have no mushrooms. I like mushrooms. We should look into that. And we'll bump everything up since we're just doing this now. Is there anything else I need storage for? Well, we want to bring in ore. Why don't we make that our next priority? So let's make a crate for ore. And then we have to build an import. Where's this? Infrastructure? Import depot. Which appears to be a set spacing. I don't think I'd build this manually. We don't really want this near our houses because that's where people are going to sleep. We don't want a lot of noise going on, and I gotta assume that, you know, having trade is going to make a lot of noise. So we'll put this next to... I don't think we want to put it right next to our export depot because we may want to expand that to export more goods. So we'll just build that up here somewhere. Also near the warehouse, though. So we'll just build this here, and we'll say that that's that. It's very small, but that's okay. So we'll get some imports flowing. And once we get metal coming in, we can start industry. We can have people, you know, smithing. We can have people making weapons. We can build a military. Things like that. How are we doing on stone? I want to build a stone harvester. So I'm assuming the stone harvester will work in much the same way that the woodcutters do. And we have all this stone up here that we could manually harvest. But if we build one of these stone harvesters, which would be extraction, ore mine, no, stone mine. Its efficiency is determined by the density of materials along with the produces noise auxiliary items you place. Oh, produces noise is a separate line there. Okay. We don't have metal, so we can't make any of the optional stuff. But let's just say stone, and we'll just go like this. I don't know, is there a more dense area of stone? No, it looks like we've fully encompassed the majority of that. There's some down here as well. Why don't we encompass that as well? So we'll make a stone harvesting operation. We'll add some storage. Do we need more than one? No, we just need one. And we can't make auxiliaries. Those are the things that require metal, which we do not have. So we'll go ahead and finalize. Must be partially placed on stone deposits in order to function. Is that not what this literally is? It's a stone deposit. These don't count as stone deposits. I mean, I can see on the map. Maybe that's what this brown stuff is. What is this? Cotton? Wild grain? So this does not count as stone, huh? How do I really wish this was a little bit more intuitive, because what I see is rocks all over the ground. And I had assumed that was what counted as a stone deposit. What are these? Nothing. They're nothing. Okay. And we saw previously that ore pops up on the screen like this. Ore deposits. So what does a stone deposit look like? I have no idea. Do we just not get to have stone? This is green. What is this? Grains. So we saw previously that red was like minerals, whereas the green was like fruits and vegetables and stuff. So this is a stone deposit. So we would be looking for an area that has a red mark like this and would have stone deposits. And we're nowhere near any of those. Oh, that's hugely disappointing. That means we can't have a renewable source of stone. We would have to go out and manually harvest. Oh, that's a huge bummer, man. Okay, so it looks like stone may become an import for us as well. Oh, that bums me out. Okay. For now, then, why don't we harvest a little bit more stone? Just clear some of this stuff out. That'll fill our coffers with stone, so to speak. Not really coffers, but you know what I mean. We have enough population now. We're not getting a ton of imports. We're obviously we're not making very much money, and it's mainly we're only exporting wood at the moment. Is there anything else we could begin exporting? Meat, probably. We bring in more meat than we eat. for sure, more than we're consuming. So why don't we mark 31? Why is there only 31 meat? Export depot. Click. Meat. Stored 0, outbound 0, exports went over 0%. How did we do that before? We go to the warehouse. We look at meat. Right? I think meat, no. Let's look in our wiki and look for export or import trade. Okay, import, or no, export. Stores goods according to the amount of crates that are designated, can be manned by delivery men who can carry much more goods than any other worker. Orders can be issued to fetch or to store goods. Fetch will have your delivery men transfer goods from other stockpiles. Storing goods prevents withdrawal, though they can disappear if taken by thieves. Okay, that does not tell me anything about how the building actually determines exports. So let's go to trade goods and let's go to meat. Imports will start when stock is below 100. Exports will start, okay, when stock is above, like, I don't know, 30%, we will begin exporting meat. This is still blinking. Is this still the same murder? I wish someone would remove that corpse. Don't know what to do about that. I'm suspecting bringing this guy in who loves death and destruction is maybe not the right choice that we've made. But anyway. Okay, we've built the import depot. So, we are importing. Basically, we'll import anything when it gets below a certain threshold. You don't have storage. Let's say we're looking at clay. Okay, this is the prices. These are the prices of the items. Let's say we were going to import meat. Click the trade. Go to meat again. Available space. No. It will start when warehouse stock is below 100% / 510 items. So this means it's importing whenever we're not at maximum. I don't want that. I don't want them imported. Imports will start when stock is below, I don't know, call it 10%. Right? Just like, hey, you know, if we're starving to death, go ahead and import those items. I'm going to say is the way to do that. I'm not sure why it defaults to 100% because obviously you will very rarely be at 100%. Move this down to 10%. Stone, let's just say when we're below 30% we can import. Wood, I do not need to import wood ever. I don't foresee that being an issue. Leather, same thing. We're going to export leather, I think, because we have so much. So whenever stock is above, say, 50%, we'll export. How about that? And wood is at 40%. Meat is whenever we're above 30%. Yeah, because we don't, I mean, well, let's make that a little higher. We'll make it at 50. So whenever we're above 50%, we will sell these items. And then anything else we can export. We can export furniture as well. If we get above like 50%, that'll be a little income for us. And we can actually import tools. Most industries allow tools to be equipped to workers for faster production. Huh. We may want to do that. I think we'll seek making those things ourselves. For now, I would like to import some metal. Do not export metal ever, because we will never have that much metal. Let's stock whenever we're below, let's say just for now, 30, 40%, something like that. Okay, so that should be good. Hopefully we will maintain exporting more than we import financially so that we're not in a rough spot there. I don't know if currency has any other direct value in the game, if we can actually buy other things, like maybe there are oh, well, we can, because we saw a slaver come by already. So I'm going to assume there are traders and things like that that can come by. Although, so far, looking at the items, it seems like we have a pretty limited number of items in the game, so I don't know how relevant that will really be. So they're using the dormitory, but they don't seem to be using them regularly. So what I think is happening... Oh, it looks like we're getting a fruit harvest as well, so that's nice. That'll fill up our warehouse. So what I think is happening, they probably have like a tired bar somewhere here. Starving is false. Good, good, good. Where is like your sleepiness? Building. I won't lie, making the UI bigger has made it a little difficult to navigate these menus. Exhaustion. Fighting and running subjects get exhausted. If exhaustion... Oh, so that's not for work. Oh, sleepiness. Sleepiness. Sleepy subject will sleep on the ground, but a dormitory is more desirable. A subject will try to sleep when it's below 50%. So what that means is that we don't need dedicated beds for every single citizen because they do not sleep at the exact same time of day. These three are sleeping because their tiredness got to a point where they wanted to go to sleep, whereas these people are still working because they're not that sleepy. I would like to make a separate additional dormitory for people to sleep in, but for now, I think that's fine. Is there no way to clear this murder message? By the way, I can disable the blinking, but I can't make it go away. Looks like you've become skeletonized right in our storeroom. I really wish someone... Oh, you know what? I bet there's something for me to bury them. I bet there are graves, like in Rimworld. Houses. This would be... Oh, afterlife, yes. Where the fallen bones are laid to rest, a sign of respect towards your subjects. Removing a graveyard might severely damage your reputation. Mass grave gives no happiness, but can prevent the dangers of having decomposing bodies in the street. So is there sickness and disease in this game? And then a crypt, which is probably like the most, like the fancy way of doing it. Well, let's make a graveyard. Let's clear space for the graveyard. And let's just take down a bunch of trees. And we'll put the graveyard out here. I don't know if they get penalized for being near a graveyard. Maybe it's a bonus because they can visit dead loved ones. I don't know. But let's clear some space for this. Nonetheless, we're going to fell some of these trees here. So, like, let's just take out a huge swath of trees. In fact, let's do clear all. That way, if there are rocks there, we'll harvest those as well. Food-wise, we should be okay. I would like some more farms, and we are in summer, so let's harvest some more wild vegetables, which would be harvest wild edibles. We'll just mark this whole area. Must be placed... No, I did. Mark them for food. And that way someone, when they're not doing anything else, they can go out and harvest some wild vegetables as well, which should probably nearly fill... I would guess we're going to go up to around 400 vegetables. So in addition to clearing space for the graveyard, why don't we clear some space for additional farms? Let's go ahead and clear all in this area, and we'll kind of flesh this out with like some canals and stuff so that it's a little bit easier, more even ground, things like that. Oh, and that's going to take a long time. We may even need more crates for wood. No, I think we're good. We're good. They're removing the rock, so we're getting a hefty amount of rock as well. Again, I think stone is going to be a slight issue for us. No imports of ore yet, which is unfortunate. Do I need... Maybe you don't have workers? Incoming ware 0. Do I have to manually select ore? I think I do. So now that I've clicked that, I think we will begin importing that. And we can make that into metal ourselves. I don't see a reason to buy the fully made metal. We can make our own people do that. And then what else did we want to enable as a possible import? I don't remember now. So I'm not concerned about it. We'll figure it out. Alright, so that should hopefully enable our import. In fact, there's stuff on a table already. I wonder if that's our ore coming in. I sort of wish there was some visible representation of like a caravan coming and going. Maybe there are. Maybe there are small peons coming and going from somewhere else in the map, but I have not really seen or noticed that. So I don't know if that's a thing that's happening or not. Once they clear this out, we'll build a farm here along the water. And possibly a very large farm, possibly, and we can just have a lot of irrigation. So that's something. Things are coming along. We haven't built very much. And of course, we gave them a lot of orders, so they're going to have a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to hold off on accepting new citizens until we continue building our food stockpile. I'm just, you know, call me crazy, but I'm just nervous about the possibility of overgrowing our population without providing enough water. Or I'm sorry, enough food. Why have you not harvested these? Or are they just coming back that quickly? I suppose that's possible. We do have 300 some odd vegetables. Just sort of expected there would be more. In fact, it looks like, honestly, you could forego a lot of farming situations just by harvesting a lot of wild edibles. I don't know if that's sustainable really long term or not. You'll see our food is dropping. Remember, even in the warehouse, I believe food still spoils. So although it extends the timer on that food, I do believe they still continue to spoil in storage. Of course, we don't have any kind of food preservation. We don't have refrigeration or salting or anything like that. I see our gold has gone up significantly. Have we imported ore? We have not. Why? I really need 0 of 256 ore. Am I not doing something right? Total space 256, incoming 0. Structure allows you to accept and receive tribute and imports. Yeah, but you're not telling me how to do it. It's activated. It is on. Fully operational. It's using 0 space. It has 0 incoming wares. It has 25 area. Did I need to make it bigger? I couldn't make it bigger. It was a preset thing. Alright, we're just going to give that some time. Hopefully that sorts itself out. Because ore seems to be the real hindrance for us from expanding. We're going to need to make metal tools, metal weapons, armor, things like that. And I just don't know how we're going to do that when the closest ore deposit is way, way over here. Now, this is clay. This red marker here is clay, which we may need in the future. It will allow us to make pots, which remember we required that for the canteen to make an area for them to feed. How many work here now? 8 people work here. So we produce quite a lot of wood. The amount of goods that have been produced previous year, 0. Well, there's no way last year was 0, so I don't know. Oh, possibly because we shut down the building and then reactivated it. That would be why it cleared those workers. 37% employees. I don't know what that means. Do we not have... We may be missing a workstation. Maybe that's why. We need a third workstation, possibly. But I would have... No, because they're in there working, all 3 of them. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. But let's build a graveyard. Afterlife graveyard. And we'll make just a big one. I assume that as it fills up, we will need more... Increases graves, flowers, trees, they add respect. Okay, well let's just make a ton of graves so that they have a lot of places for dead bodies. And remember, the issue with this game is that every time we expand a building like this, it shuts down temporarily. And remember, that upsets people. Will this block? It will block. So let's go 1 row down. So every time we expand a thing, it removes the workers in that area, and then you have to redo it. And it said that closing a graveyard can upset people a lot. I don't know if that is triggered. Can I paint with this? Oh, I can, thank God. We don't want to upset people when we, shut this down. So I think we're going to absolutely fill it now, even though we are having nowhere near this many people die. I think it's better to do this now. Oh, I guess maybe the tree is preventing you from coming in there. Oh, because you have to be able to access it from inside the building. I see. Now, we can't... Is the tree the exact same? No, it looks like a small tree. It costs 2 wood. Must not cut off part of the room. I don't fully understand what we're cutting off by building that. Flowers. This also blocks items. Okay, I don't fully understand the issue here, but we're just gonna paint kind of around here some bonuses. I'm gonna assume that's not gonna prevent them from accessing because it would be color coded differently if that were the case. Looks like maybe they can walk over the flowers, so that's not a terrible concern. So we'll just build lots of flowers to increase the respect. What does it say? Yeah, respect. This is going to cost a lot of wood and a lot of stone especially, but again, I mean, obviously the grave markers require stone, and this will give us a place to bury our dead, which will hopefully prevent disease. It kind of implied that there's disease in the game because there's negative ramifications for leaving corpses just out in the game world. So we're going to take care of that, and I'm not sure how much the respect is going to boost their overall happiness. I don't know if they want to see this. You know, if you're going to bed and every day you walk by a graveyard, that might bother you. I don't know the game enough to know that, but I think we're doing pretty okay here. Have we had any imports? Not one import of... Yes, we have 32 ore. Fantastic. So we can now create a workshop. Is it a workshop? No. Oh, we can't make a smithy. Room is unavailable, must be unlocked. So we need to figure out how to unlock technology. Knowledge. Library. In the library, scribes write and copy tomes of knowledge. Tomes allow you to activate technologies that significantly benefit your city. Size and furnishing determines maximum amount of knowledge capacity. It's gained is increased by bonuses. Technologies. The library starts empty. Scribes will gradually fill it with books and scrolls. The more of this knowledge a library holds, the more effort... Oh, of course. The more effort scribes will have to put into copying and maintaining. Each scribe can make roughly 100 knowledge without boosts. Scribes need paper to work. So I have to make paper now. That would be workshops. Paper maker. Oh, jeez. Okay. Produces noise. It requires metal. Okay. I can't get metal without... I can't get metal without knowledge. I can't get knowledge without metal. Okay. I mean, we'll figure this out in the next episode. Everybody, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I have things to do around the house, so we're going to call things to a close here. We're almost out of the rations we started the game with. We do have food of every type, basically, except for mushrooms, so hopefully that is enough for our colony for the time being, and we are going to expand this farm in the next episode. For now, everyone, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will be back with more. I see the snow overlay freaked out there for a second. I'll be back with more in the near future. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've been enjoying this Songs of Syx series, and yeah, hit that like button on your way out. I'll see you in the next video.